So unfortunately the power steering pump was leaking. Even though I had bought a used one, it didn't work out and it was coming out of the weep hole. It might have been a problem with the install when I did it, that maybe there was too much air trapped in it, but I went ahead and just bought a new one, and I was very careful on installing it, and I got that hard line all resealed. So here's the new pump all installed. You can see the hard line going underneath the pulley there, underneath the belt. That was not leaking, and I was very proud of that because those leak a lot. And I had the Teflon washer installed properly, and I was happy that it wasn't leaking, but the power steering pump was weeping out of the weep hole, and it was drizzling a lot of power steering fluid. So unfortunately that pump died, and I don't know if maybe when I installed it I let it run too long making noise, and that's air trapped in the system. And sometimes you can turn the wheel left and right, and then the noise goes away pretty quickly. But when I installed this other one that was off a Crown Vic, it was just a used one, and the car had 100,000 miles on it that I got it off of. When I installed that one, it squealed for a lot longer than they usually do when I've done this, and so there might have been air trapped in the system, and then I shut it off and then started it, and then the noise was gone, so the air had escaped. But in this case, I tried starting it and then shutting the engine off and then starting it again, and the noise was gone pretty quickly. So then I did the back and forth wheel thing to cycle it and get any air out of the system, and it seemed to work, and it's been very nice. And I was able to reuse the Teflon washer that was on the bottom of the hard line. The kit came with a new one, but when I unthreaded it, the washer was still on the base of it. Usually when you unthread that hard line from the power steering pump, it tears that washer, and the washer comes with the threads. But in this case it was still there at the bottom, and it was sealed nicely, so I risked it and went ahead and just reused it, even though I had a new one, because the other one was on there so nicely and it wasn't leaking. And sure enough, it sealed right back up, and so far it's been a few weeks of driving and it hasn't had any problems, so I'm very happy about that. This aftermarket one is from Napa, and it seems like it's not as easy to turn as the OEM one, so maybe just a little bit less quality, but it still works really well, and I don't notice anymore. But I did notice it was a little bit tighter to turn. But anyway, I went for a nice test drive with my brother, and you can see the GT is parked at this house, and the reason we parked here was just for a nostalgic reason. I wanted to take the GT and put it in this driveway because this house used to have a silver metallic GT with bullet wheels that was always parked here in the driveway when I was growing up, and I always used to look at it. So every time I come back to my old neighborhood and I see this house, I just imagine that GT parked there. Obviously it's gone. It was a 2001, but it was silver metallic with bullet wheels, so very similar. The bullet wheels would have been a different color as well, just the factory change from 01 and 02 to the 03 and 04, which is what mine has on it because mine's an 04. But I do like seeing the car in this driveway. It reminds me of it being there, and it's almost like I just got to go pick up that car and take it home with me now. So kind of fulfilling a childhood thing, because that was when the Bullet was new and I was trying to decide what Mustang I liked the most. And I remember looking at silver and thinking, hey, silver with bullet wheels looks really nice too. So I liked the Dark Highland Green, I liked the silver, I liked any Mustang GT with bullet wheels, looked pretty good. So I just thought this was cool to come back here, and my brother knew exactly what I was talking about, and he had some more details he reminded me of about the license plate number on that particular car, which would match for 2001 because it was the same as our V6 Mustang that was registered in 2001. So here's just a little video of me driving here. So I thought that was kind of fun. It's a picture I remember in my mind, and now I recreated it. So lots of fun to go back and do that. And so anyway, GT is doing well. I enjoy daily driving it. My wife daily drives it too, and we're just really happy to have this car. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.